To get my life together. So sorry about that. As the title says, I'm going to be talking about the flight attendant interview process, but from my perspective and how the process was for me. Okay. On January 27th of this year, I applied for the position of a flight attendant with a specified um, company or carrier. And I will not say who that is. Confidentiality. Sorry. Okay. So, I submitted my application. I got the email informing me that my application was submitted and that I had to do a video interview. Now, for the video interview process, if I can get the words out, I was given several questions. I would say probably 5 to 6 questions, to which I was given time before each video was recorded to give a sufficient answer. Now, ladies, if you have long hair that can go into a ponytail or a bun, please pull your hair back and pull it away from your face. That way, the interviewers can see you. Granted, you're recording a video, but you still want them to focus on your face. So act as if it was an in-person interview that you were preparing yourself for. Also, dress the part. If you do a full dress, great. If you do from your waist up, still great. Make your face up. Do some nice earrings, nothing that dangles, studs preferably, and a nice necklace. And don't forget to bring the most important thing, your smile. Make sure it's genuine, nothing that's fake. Think of a happy moment, and it'll produce a genuine smile for you. That usually works. Gentlemen, clean cut, clean shave. If you do have facial hair, make sure that it's well kept. Think of this moment as your actual in-person interview and how you would like to be perceived, if that makes sense. Okay. Once I completed the video interview and I submitted it, I then received an email informing me that I would be hearing back from the company in regards to my phone interview process. Once I received that email that morning, so it was the morning after I did my video interview, once I received that email, I got a phone call that very afternoon. Now, disclaimer. This is my account. I've heard some people state that they applied months ahead. It was probably a 2-month, 3-month process before they went for their face-to-face, versus myself, where it was literally 3 days, and then I had my face-to-face. Well, it was 3 days before I got the email asking me to come in for a face-to-face, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so I did my phone interview whereby I was asked 5 more questions. I can actually ballpark. It was all about customer service. I cannot give you the exact questions that I was asked. Once again, confidentiality. But that was really the ballpark. If you don't know the STAR method, please look it up. That is the format in which they expect that you're going to answer the questions that are given. Okay. After I completed the phone interview, I was then invited to do my face-to-face interview on the same call. I was told that I would receive an email within 5 to 10 business days letting me know the date and time of my face-to-face. So the phone interview was that Friday. That Monday, I received the email with the information for my face-to-face and my itinerary for my flight. So I prepared myself that week because I had time. Like, I was lucky enough that I got a date that was far out. So I had time from that Monday to prepare myself for my interview that Thursday. So, much like you, if you are looking at this video, I came to YouTube and I looked it up. I researched as much as possible. I read different blogs. I read up on the company some more just to make sure that I knew sufficient stuff in terms of where they go, how long they've been in business, like anything that happened with the company, I researched on that and I made sure I was sufficient enough on the information in regards to that. I came on YouTube so that I can find out ways to prepare for my face-to-face interview. So that way it wouldn't be a shock to my system. At the same point in time, I would present the best me possible. I did look at Fly Gal. I looked at Robin Rizzo's. I looked at Ask a Flight Attendant. There was another young lady on here. I do not remember her name off the top of my head. I did, however, watch all of her videos. I will post her YouTube page. I'll post all the YouTube pages, well, those four at least, in the description box. If anything, simply type in FA interview, flight attendant interview, and a lot of videos pop up. Take everything with a grain of salt. A lot of people offered great advice. Some people, their advice was good. But once again, that was their account, so their experience may not necessarily be your experience, the same way my experience may not be your experience as well. So take everything with a grain of salt. Everything changes. Things tend to change with time. So who knows? By the time that you see this video, the interview process may be different. I don't know, but hopefully this works for you because it worked for me. So after preparing sufficiently, or at least what I believe to be sufficiently, for the face-to-face, it was the morning of. I wore a pantsuit. I did not wear a skirt suit. Skirt suit, pantsuit, it doesn't really matter. It's whatever your preference is. I stuck to a dark color, which was black. There were a lot of black and navy suits there. I do remember that. There was only one or two people in gray suits. I'm a business major. Well, I was a business major in undergrad and grad school. So what we've always learned, stick to your dark suits when it comes down to interviews. So I just kept that in mind and I went with that. I wore a black suit with a white shirt. Dress as though, now you don't necessarily have to do that. Dress as though you are a flight attendant. Dress as though you already have the job. Keyword, dress as though you have the job. Don't come in cocky and pretentious as though you have the job. Now, granted, it's always good to speak positive things so positive things happen to you, but don't walk in cocky and pretentious because you're going to rub the wrong people the wrong way and you're going to make yourself look really, really bad. Trust me, I saw it. So, it was the day of the interview, did my red lips, did nude natural nails. Right now my nails look a little horrid right now, so sorry. I even painted my toenails, even though I had on shoes. I had on pumps. Yes, sorry, almost forgot that. Ladies, yeah, I know you want to wear the ballerina flats. You could probably wear it up until you get out the airport if you have to fly there, or wear it in the car if you're driving there. But as soon as you step out of that car or the taxi or whatever you took to get there, put your pumps on. Now, pumps. I know we want to wear those stiletto heels. We want to wear those platform pumps and all that stuff, all those fancy prints. Simple is smart. Get a black pump or a dark navy blue pump. 3 inches is the highest I think you should have. 3 inches and lower is always better because you do have to do, I think it's either called a jump test or a reach test. I'm sorry if I'm misquoting it. Please correct me. But there is a test that you have to do. And then think about it. You're going to be interviewing for probably 3 to 4 hours for that day. It's a lot of time to be wearing really, really high heels. Now, if you're great at it, that's great. But keep it simple. Just, you want to be comfortable because you're under enough stress as is interviewing. But anyway. Oh, and I removed my nose ring because I know a lot of you are questioning, like, you're wearing a nose ring. How did you? I took it out. I took it out for my video interview, and I took it out for my face-to-face. It's just an adornment on my nose, or on my face, I should say. It can come out, and I will take it out if that means getting this job. Okay? Anyway, so I got prepared, packed my stuff, and left that morning really early to fly out from New York because I'm in New York. I'm not going to tell you what state I flew to because I don't want to at least give an idea as to what company it is. Okay? So I flew out. Once I got to the airport, I was all smiles. Not to say that I'm a grumpy person. It's New York City. People, matter of fact, I won't even say it's New York City. No one walks around like this all the time. It looks weird. Kinda, sorta. It's weird. And especially at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's rare to get somebody constantly doing this. But I kept thinking happy thoughts. I kept thinking positive, and it encouraged a smile from me, and I kept smiling the entire time. I smiled at the ticket agent. I smiled at everyone. I smiled at the TSA agents as I walked in. Good morning. How are you? Things like that. Once I got on the flight, there were several people that I did notice in suits and business attire. I didn't want to be presumptuous and assume that they were going for the interview as well. So, but I still said hi because I still kept my pleasantries. There were several flight attendants as well as pilots on the flight that were commuting to work. I smiled with everyone. Once the flight commenced and they began their in-flight service, I actually asked the flight attendant, one of the flight attendants, if he had any advice for someone that's going for their face-to-face. And I told him I was going for mine today. Well, that day, actually. And he gave me really great advice. He was so nice to me, so pleasant. He told me to enjoy the entire process, to not overthink the situation. When you tend to overthink, that's when you mess yourself up. If I got it or I didn't get it, don't beat myself up. Remember that day because it'll stick with you, you know? It's something that'll go with you. So I smiled and I listened to everything that he said. He told me so long as you did your research, you'll be great. Just be yourself. That's what they want to see who you are. They want to get to know you. And throughout the flight, he kept checking on me, making sure that I was okay, that I wasn't nervous. And as we disembarked, he wished me luck and told me he hopes that I get through and that I fly with him one day. So that was awesome. It was really good. It was a nice start to my welcome to that state. Haha, you thought I was going to tell you what state it was. Anyway, so I was fortunate enough that I had a family member that lived there. So I was able to get a ride from the airport to the headquarters. So I was fortunate for that. Whew. And I was able to get a really nice little pep talk in, just, to calm my nerves, because I was still a little nervous because it was like the reality of the situation was sitting in. I'm close now, so I'm really about to go through with this. So once I got there, I still had my smile on. I met with the security guard. I was very pleasant, still smiled. They directed me where I needed to be. As I walked through the courtyard to get to the building, there were several employees there walking by. I guess they were on their lunch break. And I was pleasant. Hi, how are you? Hello. You keep your pleasantries because once you have that positive attitude or immediately going in,